All right, so 5.5 deals with function operations, and pretty much all you're doing here is you're taking two different polynomials, and we're either adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing them. Looking at example 1, we're looking at our adding and subtracting. 1a, they want you to find the sum of f and g. They go ahead and give us f and g up top, so all I'm going to do is just rewrite them. And then since we're adding, okay, remember sum goes with adding, you're just looking for like terms, okay? So nothing goes with the x squared, just left with x squared. My x's, I have 3x plus a negative 5x, that gets me a negative 2x. And then my constants, 4 and 2, get me to 6. The last thing we're gonna have to do here is state the domain. What we're looking for domain is fractions or square roots. Since we don't have any fractions or square roots in this problem, there's no restrictions on the domain. It's just going to be all real numbers. However, if we did have a square root, remember you can't square root negative numbers, and for fractions, denominator cannot equal 0. In this problem, though, since I don't have either, it's just all reals. B, find the difference. Difference, subtraction problem. So I go ahead and write f minus g. Number one mistake people make here is that they don't remember to subtract everything. And what I mean by that is you look at your like terms, okay? I just have the x squared right here. Don't have any in the f. So it's going to be 0 minus x squared gives us a negative x squared. For 3x, or my x's, I have 3x minus negative 5x. Those are my like terms. Minus the negative is plus. 3 plus 5 is 8. And then constants on the end, you have 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is a positive 2. Again, I don't have fractions or square roots, so my domain stays all real numbers. Example 2 is fairly easy as well. It's multiplying functions. For this one, they gave you a story problem with cell phones. They even gave you the setup right here, where revenue is going to be equal to price multiplied by demand. I go ahead and write that out. R of x equals P of x times D of x. I get the functions from the story problem. So P of x, the price is just x. And then demand in the story problem, they told us is 5,000 minus 10x. From there, you're just distributing the x and giving us 5,000x minus 10x squared. You want to make sure we're in standard form though. Okay, we've gone over that before. You learned in Algebra 1 even. So the x squared comes out front, 5,000x on the end. They didn't ask for domain on this one, but again, if they did, there's no square roots, there's no fractions. The domain would be all real numbers. Okay, last example I'm going to do on this video is example 3. It's dividing functions. As far as division is concerned, it's very similar to what we did in chapter 4 at the end of first semester. You go ahead and write out your two functions. They want f up top, g down below. So I write f up top, g down below, and then the name of the game is factoring. X minus 7 I can't do anything with, so that just stays up top, unchanged. Down below, this 2x squared minus 13x minus 7 factors out to be 2x plus 1, x minus 7. You could check your work to make sure you did it right by formulating out. 2x and x give me x squared. 2x and 7 is negative 14. 1 and x is a positive 1x. Negative 14 plus 1 is negative 13x. And then lastly, my 1 and negative 7 multiply to give us negative 7. Now on this one, we absolutely have to worry about domain because we have a fraction. We know the denominator cannot equal 0. So you do the same exact things we did in first semester. You break each of these factors and set them equal to 0. When I solve, I get negative 1/2 and I get a positive 7. So our domain would be all real numbers except negative 1/2 or 7. Lastly, we go ahead and reduce out. So I have an x minus 7 up top, x minus 7 down below, and we are left with 1 over 2x plus 1 with the domain we had found just now.